The sun was shining brightly on the planet Tronic, casting a warm glow over the lush green fields and crystal-clear rivers. In a small village, a 5-year-old boy named Alex was playing with his friends, their laughter echoing through the peaceful air. "Catch me if you can!" Alex shouted, running ahead of his friend, Zara. His short brown hair bounced as he sprinted, his eyes sparkling with joy. "I'm gonna get you, Alex!" Zara called back, her blonde braids flying as she chased after him. Suddenly, the sky darkened, and a low rumble filled the air. The children stopped and looked up, their smiles fading as massive, ominous ships appeared in the sky, blocking out the sun. "What's that?" Zara whispered, her eyes wide with fear. "I don't know," Alex replied, his heart pounding in his chest. "We need to find our parents." The children ran back to the village, where the adults were already gathering, faces filled with worry and confusion. Alex's father, Marcus, a tall man with a kind face, scooped him up in his arms. "Stay close, Alex," Marcus said, his voice trembling. "We need to find your mother." They hurried through the chaotic streets, dodging panicked villagers. Alex clung to his father, his small hands gripping tightly. "Papa, what's happening?" Alex asked, his voice quivering. "I don't know, son," Marcus replied, trying to stay calm. "But we need to stay together." They found Alex's mother, Ilara, a gentle woman with dark hair near their home gathering supplies. "Ilara, we need to leave now!" Marcus shouted over the noise. Ilara turned, her eyes filled with fear but also determination. "We have to get to the shelter," she said, grabbing Alex's hand. "Let's go!" As they ran towards the shelter, the ground shook with explosions. Alex looked back and saw the invaders, tall armored figures with glowing weapons, descending from their ships. "Papa, they're coming!" Alex screamed, tears streaming down his face. "We'll be safe in the shelter," Marcus reassured him, though his own fear was evident. They reached the entrance of the shelter, a hidden underground bunker built for emergencies. But as they were about to enter, a loud explosion knocked them off their feet. Alex was thrown to the ground, his vision blurring as he hit his head. When he opened his eyes, everything was a blur. He saw his parents' terrified faces, heard their voices calling his name, but he couldn't move. Strong hands lifted him, and he was carried away from his family, their cries fading into the distance. "Papa! Mama!" Alex tried to scream, but his voice was weak. He struggled against the arms holding him, but they were too strong. The last thing Alex saw before he passed out was the sight of his village in flames, and the invaders marching through the streets, capturing everyone in their path. When Alex woke up, he was in a dark, cold cell. His head throbbed, and he felt a strange, heavy collar around his neck. He looked around, seeing other children huddled together, their faces pale and frightened. "Where am I?" Alex whispered, tears filling his eyes. "You're on one of their ships," a boy a little older than Alex replied. "They took us all. We're going to be sold as slaves." "No, this can't be happening," Alex said, shaking his head. "I want to go home. I want my parents." "We all do," the boy said softly. "But we have to be strong. We'll get through this together." As the ship traveled further from Tronic, Alex clung to the hope that he would one day find his way back to his family. He vowed to survive no matter what, and to never forget the peaceful life he had once known on his beloved planet. Alex had been on the invaders' ship for what felt like weeks. The days blended together in a blur of fear, hunger, and exhaustion. The only light came from small, flickering bulbs, casting eerie shadows on the cold metal walls of their cell. He missed his parents and his home on Tronic more than he could express. One day the ship landed with a heavy thud. The invaders came and lined up the children, chaining them together in a line. Alex looked around, seeing the same fear and determination in his new friend's eyes. "Stay strong, Alex," the older boy, whom Alex had learned was named Jax, whispered. "We need to stick together." They were herded off the ship and onto a bustling alien market. Strange creatures of all shapes and sizes shouted and haggled, the air filled with the sounds of trading and the stench of unfamiliar foods. Alex's heart raced as he was pushed forward, his eyes darting around in search of an escape. The children were placed on a platform where they were displayed like goods. A loud, imposing alien, who seemed to be in charge, began shouting in a harsh language. Buyers started crowding around, examining the children and making bids. "That one looks strong," one alien said, pointing at Jax. "And this one is young, easy to train," another said, poking Alex. Alex felt a surge of fear and anger. He wanted to run, to fight back, but the chains and the guards kept him in place. One by one, the children were sold. Jax was taken first, and he gave Alex a reassuring nod as he was led away. "Stay brave, Alex. We'll see each other again," Jax called out. Finally, it was Alex's turn. A tall, thin alien with green skin and sharp eyes approached, examining him closely. "I'll take this one," the alien said in a cold, calculated voice. "He looks like he'll last." Alex was led away, his heart sinking. He was taken to a dusty, barren planet where he was put to work in a massive factory. The days were long and grueling, filled with hard labor and harsh treatment. But Alex never forgot Jax's words. He stayed brave, holding on to the hope that one day he would find his family and friends again. Years passed, and Alex was sold multiple times, moving from one cruel owner to another. He grew stronger and more resilient with each passing day. He learned to navigate the harsh environments and to find small moments of kindness and hope where he could. One day, when Alex was about 13, he was sold again. This time, his new owner was a wealthy merchant on a bustling trade planet. The merchant, unlike the others, wasn't outright cruel, but was indifferent and saw Alex as nothing more than cheap labor. While working in the merchant's shop, Alex overheard many conversations between traders and travelers. He learned about different planets, cultures, and the ongoing war that had affected so many worlds, including his own. One day, while cleaning the shop, Alex heard a deep, commanding voice. "Are you the owner of this establishment?" the voice asked. Alex looked up to see a tall, imposing man in a military uniform. He had a strong presence and a kind yet stern face. The merchant nodded nervously. Yes, I am. How can I assist you, Admiral?" the merchant replied. "I am Admiral Bishop, and I'm in need of supplies for my fleet," the man said, looking around the shop. His eyes landed on Alex, who was standing quietly in the corner. "And who is this?" Bishop asked, raising an eyebrow. "Just a slave boy," the merchant said dismissively. "He's not for sale." Bishop walked over to Alex, studying him closely. "What's your name, boy?" "Alex, sir," Alex replied, his voice steady but curious. "How long have you been here, Alex?" Bishop asked. "A few months, sir," Alex said, meeting Bishop's gaze. Bishop turned to the merchant. "I want to buy him." The merchant's eyes widened. "But, sir, he's not for sale. He's valuable labor." "Name your price," Bishop said, his tone leaving no room for argument. The merchant hesitated, then named an amount twice what he had paid for Alex. Without a word, Bishop handed over the money. "He's mine now," Bishop said, placing a firm hand on Alex's shoulder. "Come with me, Alex." As they left the shop, Alex felt a mixture of relief and uncertainty. Who was this man and why had he bought him? Bishop led Alex to his ship, where the crew greeted him respectfully. "You'll be treated well here, Alex," Bishop said kindly. "No more chains. You're free to go where you please, but I hope you'll stay with us." Alex nodded, feeling a weight lift off his shoulders. For the first time in years, he felt a glimmer of hope. As the ship lifted off, heading toward a new chapter in his life, Alex looked out at the stars, wondering what lay ahead and dreaming of the day he would find his way back to Tronic. Life on Admiral Bishop's ship was a world apart from the life Alex had known as a slave. For the first time in years, he felt safe and respected. The crew members treated him kindly, and Bishop himself took a special interest in Alex's well-being. One evening, after a long day of training and work, Bishop called Alex to his quarters. Alex entered the room nervously, not sure what to expect. "Come in, Alex," Bishop said, smiling warmly. "Have a seat." Alex sat down, glancing around the room filled with books, maps, and various artifacts from different worlds. Bishop poured them both a drink and handed a cup to Alex. "Thank you, sir," Alex said quietly, taking the cup. "Please call me Bishop," the Admiral replied. "Now tell me, Alex, how are you adjusting to life on the ship?" "It's different," Alex admitted, "but in a good way. Everyone's been very kind." Bishop nodded. "I'm glad to hear that. You deserve a chance to live freely, to learn, and to grow. I noticed you have a keen mind. What interests you, Alex?" Alex thought for a moment. I've always been curious about science and technology. I love learning how things work. Bishop's eyes twinkled with interest. Well, you're in the right place. Our ship has some of the most advanced technology in the fleet. How would you like to start learning about it? Alex's eyes lit up. I would love that, sir. Bishop? Good, Bishop said, smiling. I'll arrange for you to start working with our chief engineer. He's a bit grumpy, but he knows his stuff. And remember, Alex, you're not just a member of this crew. You're part of my family now. Alex felt a warmth in his chest at Bishop's words. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Over the next few weeks, Alex immersed himself in his new life. He spent hours working alongside the ship's engineers, learning about the intricate systems that kept the vessel running smoothly. He discovered a natural talent for problem-solving and quickly earned the respect of the crew. One evening, as Alex was finishing up some repairs in the engine room, Bishop approached him. How's it going, Alex? Bishop asked, leaning against the doorway. Great! I just fixed a minor issue with the coolant system, Alex replied, wiping his hands on a rag. It's fascinating how everything works together. Bishop chuckled. I knew you'd pick it up quickly. You've got a real knack for this. Thanks, Bishop, Alex said, smiling. I owe it all to you. You gave me a chance. You're the one doing the work, Alex, Bishop replied, his tone serious. Never forget that. But there's something else I need to talk to you about. Alex's smile faded slightly. What is it? Bishop took a deep breath. I want you to know why I hate slavery so much. When I was younger, my planet was attacked, just like yours. My family and I were taken as slaves. I managed to escape, but my parents didn't. They died in captivity. Alex felt a lump form in his throat. I'm so sorry, Bishop. Bishop placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. I vowed to spend my life fighting against slavery and protecting those who can't protect themselves. When I saw you, I saw a bit of myself. I couldn't leave you behind. Tears welled up in Alex's eyes. Thank you, Bishop, for everything. You're welcome, Alex, Bishop said softly. Now, there's one more thing. I've been talking with some of the other officers, and we've decided to officially adopt you into my family if that's something you want. Alex's heart skipped a beat. Really? You want me to be your son? Bishop nodded. Yes, I do, but only if you want that too. Alex didn't hesitate. I do, more than anything. Bishop smiled, pulling Alex into a warm embrace. Welcome to the family, son. Alex quickly settled into his new life as part of Bishop's family. The Admiral's ship became a home filled with learning, laughter, and growth. Every day was a new adventure, and Alex was eager to make the most of it. One morning, Bishop called Alex to the bridge. As Alex entered, he saw the crew busy at their stations, the vastness of space visible through the large windows. Good morning, Alex, Bishop greeted him with a smile. Come, I have something to show you. Alex followed Bishop to a small room off the bridge. Inside was a holographic display table surrounded by several officers. Bishop activated the display, and a 3D image of a planet appeared. This is Orion 9, Bishop explained. We're heading there to assist with some research projects. I thought it might be a good opportunity for you to see firsthand how we conduct these missions. Alex's eyes widened with excitement. What kind of research? Mostly geological and atmospheric studies, Bishop replied. But there are also some ancient ruins that our team is investigating. I want you to be part of this mission. Alex could hardly contain his enthusiasm. Thank you, Bishop. I won't let you down. As they approached Orion 9, Alex spent hours preparing, reading up on the planet's history and the planned research. When they finally landed, he was ready. The planet's surface was a stunning mix of lush forests, towering mountains, and mysterious ruins. Alex joined a team of scientists and engineers eager to contribute. All right, everyone, Dr. Marla, the lead scientist, said as they gathered their equipment. We'll split into teams to cover more ground. Alex, you'll be with me? Alex nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. They made their way to a set of ancient ruins partially buried in the forest. These ruins are over 10,000 years old, Dr. Marla explained as they worked. We believe they belonged to a highly advanced civilization. Alex carefully examined the intricate carvings and structures, his mind racing with questions and ideas. They spent hours documenting and analyzing their findings. In the evening, as they gathered around a campfire, Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. He had contributed valuable insights and felt more like a part of the team than ever before. "You're doing great, Alex," Dr. Marla said, patting him on the back. "You have a natural talent for this." "Thank you, Dr. Marla," Alex replied, smiling. "I love learning about new things and solving problems." "That's good to hear," she said. "Keep that curiosity alive. It will take you far." As the days turned into weeks, Alex continued to learn and grow. He developed strong friendships with the crew and gained a reputation for his intelligence and hard work. One evening, back on the ship, Bishop called Alex to his quarters. "How are you enjoying the mission?" Bishop asked as Alex sat down. "It's incredible," Alex replied enthusiastically. "I've learned so much, and everyone has been so supportive." Bishop nodded. "I'm proud of you, Alex. You've come a long way since we first met. I knew you had great potential." Alex smiled, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "I couldn't have done it without you, Bishop. You've given me a second chance at life." "You're part of this family now," Bishop said warmly, "and we take care of our own. There's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about." Alex leaned forward, curious. "What is it?" "I've been thinking about your future," Bishop began. "You've shown exceptional talent and dedication. How would you feel about joining the military academy?" Alex's heart raced. "You mean become a soldier like you?" "Yes," Bishop said, smiling. "You have what it takes, and with your background and skills, you could make a real difference." Alex thought about it for a moment, then nodded. "I want to do it. I want to make a difference." "Then it's settled," Bishop said, extending his hand. "Welcome to the academy, Cadet Alex." Alex stood on the bustling academy grounds, feeling both nervous and excited. He looked around at the other cadets, all dressed in crisp uniforms, ready to start their training. Bishop had personally escorted him to the academy and now stood beside him, a reassuring presence. "Remember, Alex," Bishop said, placing a hand on his shoulder, "this is just the beginning. Stay focused, work hard, and never forget why you're here." "I won't, Bishop," Alex replied, determination in his voice. "Thank you for everything." "You're going to do great," Bishop said, smiling proudly. "Now go show them what you're made of." Alex nodded and joined the line of new cadets. They were led to a large auditorium where the academy's commandant, a stern-looking woman with sharp eyes, addressed them. "Welcome to the academy," Commandant Arya began, her voice echoing through the hall. "You are here because you have shown potential and promise. Over the next few years, you will be tested, challenged, and pushed to your limits. But if you persevere, you will become the best soldiers in the galaxy." Alex listened intently, feeling a mix of anticipation and anxiety. He knew this was his chance to prove himself and to honor the new life Bishop had given him. The first few weeks were intense. The cadets underwent rigorous physical training, attended classes on strategy and tactics, and participated in simulations designed to test their problem-solving skills. Alex quickly proved himself to be a standout cadet, excelling in both the physical and academic aspects of the training. One afternoon, during a particularly challenging obstacle course, Alex found himself struggling to keep up. He slipped and fell into the mud, feeling a surge of frustration. As he struggled to get back on his feet, a fellow cadet named Lila extended a hand. "Need a hand?" Lila asked, smiling encouragingly. Alex took her hand and pulled himself up. "Thanks, Lila. I owe you one." "No problem," she replied. "We're all in this together, right?" "Right," Alex said, feeling a renewed sense of determination. From that day on, Alex and Lila became close friends, supporting each other through the grueling training. They spent hours studying together, pushing each other to be better, and sharing their dreams and fears. One evening, as they sat under the stars after a long day, Lila turned to Alex. "You know, you're one of the best cadets here. You're going to make an amazing soldier." "Thanks, Lila," Alex replied, feeling a warmth in his chest. "I couldn't have done it without your support." "We make a good team," she said, smiling, "and I have a feeling we're going to do great things together." As the months passed, Alex continued to excel. His instructors took notice of his dedication and natural leadership abilities. He was often chosen to lead his team in simulations, and his strategies consistently led to success. One day, Commandant Arya called Alex to her office. "Cadet Alex," she began, looking at him with an appraising eye. "Your performance has been exceptional. I believe you have the potential to become one of our finest officers. How would you feel about leading a special mission?" Alex's heart raced with excitement. "I would be honored, Commandant." "Good," she said, handing him a data pad. "This mission will be a real test of your skills. Study the details and assemble a team. You leave tomorrow." Alex spent the evening preparing, carefully selecting his team members and studying the mission details. It was a reconnaissance mission on a volatile planet, and the stakes were high. As he briefed his team, including Lila, he felt a surge of pride and responsibility. "We need to stay focused and work together. This mission is critical, and I know we can do it." The mission was challenging, but Alex and his team executed it flawlessly. They gathered the necessary intelligence and returned safely, earning commendations from the Academy's leadership. After the mission, Commandant Arya addressed the cadets. "Today, Cadet Alex and his team have shown exceptional skill and bravery. Their success is a testament to the training and dedication of all our cadets." Alex felt a deep sense of accomplishment and pride. He knew he was on the path to becoming the soldier he always dreamed of being, and he was determined to continue pushing himself to be the best. As he stood among his fellow cadets, with Bishop's words echoing in his mind, Alex looked to the future with hope and determination, knowing that he was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. Alex was in the middle of a training exercise when he received a message from Bishop. The Admiral's face appeared on his communicator, looking more serious than usual. "Alex, I need to talk to you," Bishop said, his voice urgent. "Meet me in the communications room as soon as you can." Alex's heart pounded. He quickly finished the exercise and rushed to the communications room. Bishop was already there, waiting. "What's going on, Bishop?" Alex asked, trying to keep his voice steady. "I have some news," Bishop said, his eyes filled with concern. "We've received reports that Tronic is still at war with the invading alliance. The situation is dire." Alex felt a knot form in his stomach. "Is there any word about my family?" Bishop shook his head. "I'm sorry, Alex. We don't have any specific information about your family, but I thought you should know what's happening." Alex clenched his fists, a mix of anger and sadness washing over him. "I need to help. I need to find out if they're okay." "I understand," Bishop said, placing a reassuring hand on Alex's shoulder. "And I promise you we will do everything we can. But right now, you need to stay focused on your training. When the time comes, you'll be ready to make a difference." Alex nodded, though his mind was racing with thoughts of his home and family. "Thank you, Bishop. I'll do my best." As Alex returned to his duties, he couldn't shake the feeling of worry and determination. He knew that one day he would return to Tronic, and he vowed to do whatever it took to protect his home and find his family. Months passed, and Alex continued his training, driven by the news of Tronic's ongoing war. His skills sharpened and his resolve hardened. Finally, the opportunity he had been waiting for arrived. One day, Bishop called Alex to his quarters. "Alex," Bishop began, "we've been assigned a mission to liberate Tronic. I want you on my team." Alex's heart raced. "Thank you, Bishop. I won't let you down." The journey to Tronic was tense. Alex sat in the ship's cockpit staring at the stars, his mind filled with memories of his home and family. Bishop joined him, offering silent support. When they arrived, Tronic was a battleground. The once peaceful planet was scarred by war. Alex and the team landed in a secure zone and immediately began their mission. "Stay focused, Alex," Bishop instructed. "We need to take out their command center and weaken their hold on the planet." Alex nodded, determination in his eyes. "Let's do this." The battle was fierce, but Alex's training paid off. He led his team with precision and bravery, fighting through the enemy lines. With Bishop's guidance, they successfully infiltrated the command center, disrupting the invaders' operations. As the enemy forces began to retreat, Alex felt a surge of hope. Tronic was one step closer to freedom, and he was determined to find his family amidst the chaos. The battle raged on, with Alex and his team fighting valiantly to push back the invading forces. Every corner of Tronic was a war zone, but Alex's determination never wavered. He moved through the battlefield with a single goal in mind: to liberate his home. We need to secure the city center. Bishop commanded over the communicator. Alex, lead your team and clear the way. Understood, Alex replied, signaling to his squad. Let's move out. They advanced through the ruins of the city, engaging enemy soldiers at every turn. Alex's leadership and strategic thinking were crucial, and his team moved like a well-oiled machine. As they reached the city center, the fighting intensified. Alex's mind flashed with memories of his childhood, fueling his resolve. Hold the line, Alex shouted, rallying his troops. We're almost there! With a final push, they overwhelmed the enemy forces, securing the area. The invaders began to retreat, their grip on Tronic loosening. We did it, Alex said, panting heavily. We took back the city center. Bishop's voice came through the communicator, filled with pride. Excellent work, Alex. Tronic owes you a great debt. Alex looked around at the battered but hopeful faces of his comrades. The battle was won, but the war wasn't over yet. His thoughts turned to his family, wondering if they were still out there, waiting for him. With the city center secured and the enemy forces in retreat, Alex wasted no time. He was determined to find his family amidst the chaos of a recovering Tronic. As he moved through the streets, helping survivors and coordinating with the remaining defense forces, his heart ached with hope and fear. Alex, over here! Bishop called, standing beside a makeshift command post. We've received reports of a group of civilians hiding in the old underground shelters. Alex's eyes widened. Those shelters were built to protect families during the invasion. My family might be there. Go, Bishop said, nodding. Take a small team and check it out. I'll cover things here. Alex quickly assembled a team and headed to the shelters. The entrance was hidden beneath rubble, but they managed to clear a path and descend into the darkness. Stay alert, Alex whispered as they moved through the dimly lit tunnels. We don't know what we'll find down here. After what felt like an eternity, they heard faint voices and the flicker of lanterns ahead. Alex's heart pounded as they rounded the corner and entered a large chamber filled with huddled families. He scanned the crowd, searching desperately. Alex! A familiar voice called out, trembling with emotion. He turned and saw his mother, Elara, and father, Marcus, standing among the refugees, their eyes wide with disbelief. Mama! Papa! Alex cried, rushing forward and embracing them tightly. Tears streamed down his face as they held him close. We thought we lost you forever, Elara whispered, her voice choked with tears. How did you find us? It's a long story, Alex replied, his voice breaking, but I'm here now and we're going to rebuild. I promise. The emotional reunion gave Alex renewed strength. He helped escort the survivors back to the surface, where they were greeted by the liberating forces. The sight of families reuniting and celebrating their newfound freedom filled the air with a sense of hope and renewal. Bishop approached Alex and his family, smiling warmly. You did it, Alex. You brought them back. Alex looked at Bishop, gratitude shining in his eyes. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for everything. As Tronic began to rebuild, Alex's efforts were celebrated across the planet. He was hailed as a hero, but he remained humble, knowing that his true victory was finding his family and helping to restore peace. Years later, with Tronic thriving once more, Alex stood alongside Bishop and his family, looking out at the prosperous world they had helped to create. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had been worth every moment. To the future, Bishop said, raising a glass in a toast. To the future, Alex echoed, filled with hope and determination. He knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, humanity's resilience and spirit would always triumph.